Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Just My Two Cents. So it's raining outside, so I decided to just go ahead and do a lot of content that I've been meaning to do for a couple months now. So, what better time than today? So today I'm actually doing a story time to discuss my hair horror story. I guess that's what I would call it, a hair horror story. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So back in college, I learned how to basically do my hair. So I went to college a couple years before everybody got all this mysterious money to get bundles and go and pay all this money to get their hair done and all this other stuff. So when I went to college, like I had the experience of like, you know, you're just gonna be broke. So with all of that, of course, you found a friend who had a friend who knew how to do hair, and that's exactly what I did. I found a friend who had a friend who knew how to do hair, and she taught me a lot of things. I won't say some of them on here because I don't know if she watching, and I don't know if she want people to know some stuff. But one thing she did teach me is how to do my hair, and when I say do my hair, like I used to wear my hair in like a perm and everything. And I would be like, I want to wear like a sew-in or some bundles or what have you. And she said that she could teach me how to do it. So she said, just braid your hair down, leave a certain amount out, and then you take, you know how to do a sew-in. So if you don't know how to do a sew-in, then go and watch somebody else's channel. I'm pretty sure they could show you and explain it much better than I can. So she showed me how to do it. And over the years, I practiced and I pretty much learned really well how to put a nice sew-in in my head. So a couple years later, I was working at this job, and me and one of my really good friends now, we were talking about hair. And while we were talking about hair, I was like, hey girl, I'm like, your hair looks really nice. Like, where do you get your hair blown out at? Now, at this particular time, I was wearing sew-ins, but my hair was natural. And I did want to see how long my hair had gotten because it was always in its curly state. And I was like, I wouldn't mind getting my hair blown out. And she was like, girl, this not a blowout. This is a sew-in. I'm like, that's a sew-in? And she was like, yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. It looks really good. And the more we began to talk about sew-ins and other things, I'm like, you know what? I can get a sew-in. I'll just let my hair grow out a little bit more. Then I'll stretch it out to see how long it's gotten. So she was like, okay, well, do you want me to hook you up with the lady who do my hair? And I was like, yeah. And the reason I was very interested because even though I knew how to do my own hair and I could make my hair look really pretty and all the other stuff, I'm like, I've never have went to somebody to get my own hair done in regards to a sew-in. So I've always wanted to go get it done. So let me just pamper myself and try this out. So she gave me the lady Facebook information so I could check out her pictures. Now, this is before like everybody got on Instagram and all the good stuff. I got to glare my glasses, like I already know that. But this is before everybody got on Instagram to show off everything, and Facebook was like pretty much the place. So I went on Facebook and she had her information on there, and I liked everything I saw. So I just went ahead and reached out to the lady. Now, I didn't have any type of reservations about reaching out to her because my friend, she is not the type of person to go to anybody ratchet. I'm just saying, like, she's not the type of person to go to anybody that's ratchet. She's not the type of person to go to anybody who is questionable, because I'll say it like my little friend, like I love her, but she's bougie. I guess like I'm a little friend's might be bougie, but it's a certain standard that we take and that we go to, and we're not about to go to anybody that's about to jeopardize what we have going on, put it like that. So I didn't have any reservations about this lady because I'm like, if she goes to her, then she must have some really quality service. So I reach out to the lady after seeing her work. She tells me that she usually provides the hair, and she tells me how much the length costs. And so at that particular time, I really wasn't into like super long hair. So I got something that I thought would look pretty natural on me. And she had said I wanted color. I'm like, no, I just like I like a basic color. Give me the brown, whatever color that's going to match my natural hair, and I'm good to go. So she says, great. Or she also gives me the option that I can go get my hair from somebody else. I'm like, if you could just go get it for me or have it already available for me, I'll just get it from you. And I don't have to worry about trying to go to these different hair stores and trying to figure out what hair you like and that you want to work with, whatever the case is. So we set an appointment and everything up. Once we set that appointment up, I wait until the night before, which I probably should have not done this, but I wait until the night before to Google where I'm going just to make sure it's in a safe environment. I ain't trying to go to nobody farmhouse. I ain't trying to go to nobody trap house. I just want to make sure that where I'm going is somewhere safe. And also, I'm really hoping that it's a salon and not nobody's house. But she gave me the address and everything. I looked it up on Google. And this is before Google is, how Google is now. Basically, if you Google a place now, it's going to show you exactly pretty much how it looks. Back then, Google would show you like a picture of like a plot of land that you knew was already developed. So that's pretty much what happened to me. It showed me like a plot of land. I'm like, I'm not to say don't live like on a plot of land or her salon is not on a plot of land or whatever. But that's what I had to work with. So I really was just going off of faith that everything was cool. So also the night before, I washed my hair because this was around the time where stylists were beginning to, from what I was hearing, to make people wash their hair before you came and make sure it was pre-stretched and all this other stuff. And I wanted to make sure that it wasn't any issues because I wasn't going to go back to my house to rewash my hair and then come back over there and all the other stuff. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and wash my hair and pre-stretch it and stuff before I get there. And also I want to be respectful of her time because she was one of the people who at that particular time did not try to charge anybody any type of deposit or anything. So I'm like, she seemed to be pretty legit. So I get to her place the next morning. I'm really excited about it. And I pull up into this little place that looked like a bunch of townhouses. And I began to get very nervous because I'm like, I know this lady's not trying to do my hair outside of her house. I ain't trying to do her. I'm not trying to go to somebody's house to get my hair done. That's what I'm trying to say. So I try to calm my nerves because I know growing up, me and my sister, we would go to this lady to get our hair done, and she had a salon on the back of her house. So I'm like, maybe she has a salon on the back of her house, like built in, and maybe like a room or a special place in her house where it's only dedicated to her salon. That's what I'm trying to tell myself, because at this point, I'm like, I need my hair done. Like, I can't walk around here looking crazy. And I'm being real, I don't want to do it. That's another reason I went to her, because now I don't want to treat myself, but I did not want to do my hair. So I'm there and I'm trying to figure out what to park at. The lady didn't give me any type of information about the parks. And if you ever lived in an apartment or a townhouse or visit somebody who lived in those type of places, you already know parks and stuff. Sometimes they have assigned parking, sometimes they don't. Sometimes if you park in somebody parked by mistake, they might, back behind you and park behind you, and it becomes a whole thing. So I was just trying to read and make sure it wasn't any type of assigned parks or anything. So once I parked, I called her and I was like, hey, I'm outside. And she was like, okay, cool. You can just come to the door. Because what I wasn't about to do was go up to this lady door and then her husband or kids or some person who might live with her, like, what are you doing at my house? I'm like, I don't know if she didn't communicate it or not that I was coming. So let me go ahead and give her a ring-a-ding-ding-dong and let her know that I was coming. So not only that, but I was like, I need to make sure that it's the right person and that the face match up before I get out my car, because she also might be, like staying somewhere else that she didn't give me the address. I don't know. I just want to make sure I wasn't walking up to the wrong house. So I see her at the door. I get out my car. I begin to walk in. Of course, that's my dog in the background. But I begin to walk in. And when I begin to walk in, I see that, she greets me. Let's start there. She greets me. She's very nice. And I see that she has like all the lights off in her house except for the kitchen light in the back of the house. So it's like the living room, dining area, then it's like the upstairs area, all those lights are off. And I'm like, well, maybe once I walk in, she gonna cut the lights on, because I don't feel comfortable walking from the front door to the back where the kitchen is located, where the light is, without any type of lights on. But she didn't cut no lights on. And I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit more on edge, because first, you got me at your house, and secondly, you get all these lights off and stuff for back there in the kitchen. But once we get back there in the kitchen, it's cool. She already has like the hair and everything laid out. She has the needles already threaded. She has everything pretty much laid out. And I will say, this lady was super, super nice, super friendly, very professional. She just happened to do hair out of her house. And she explained to me that she used to live like in another part of the country, and they decided to move here or whatever. And she hasn't like found like anywhere to do hair at. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So from there, we began to talk. She says that she wants to do my hair by starting off by washing my hair again. And I told her, I'm like, well, I already washed my hair the night before, so you don't need to wash it again if you don't want to. And she was like, no, I just want to make sure that we start off on like some fresh hair and all that other stuff. I'm like, okay, if you want to wash my hair again, that's completely fine. So she washed my hair, condition it. And I will admit, I was very impressed when she did that, because this was about the time where people, they didn't want to wash nobody's hair no more. You come to somebody's house, they want to start braiding your hair right away as soon as you walk in and start putting your hair in. So she ended up washing my hair. And while she was washing my hair, I was looking for a chair before she started to wash my hair. When she said, okay, come over to the sink, I'm looking for one of those chairs where it's like where you lay back and wash your hair, like when you go to like a hairstylist. But she's like, no, you could just like bend over the sink, kind of like how your grandma, your mama, and how I even do it now, how you bend over the sink. And I'll be real, I don't like that. I can do it for myself and feel comfortable, but I don't like when somebody else is washing my hair and I'm bending over the sink like that, because people don't realize water go everywhere, go up your nose, you're trying to breathe out your mouth, go in your ear, it'd be a lot. So she was washing my hair, and while she was washing my hair, I heard her husband come into the kitchen. And when her husband came into the kitchen, I could hear that he was like talking to her about something very serious, but he was trying to remain calm. But you could tell it was like some fear, some concern, a little bit of anxiety in his voice. So I'm thinking it's just about a coworker. That's what I'm thinking the conversation about. I'm not putting too much stock into what he's saying, because I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm here just to get my hair done. So next thing I know, she go over to condition my hair. She put me under the dryer and stuff, and they continue to talk more about whatever is going on. So I don't pay no mind. I'm on my phone, playing on my phone, doing whatever on my phone. And she go and she rinses my hair, and then she blow dries it, and she begins to like braid my hair and stuff. He comes back into the kitchen and he continues to talk about whatever the situation was again. And this time you can tell that he's like even more amped up about what he is discussing. So I'm like, okay, so this can't be about a coworker, because he's too upset. He's too like passionate about what he's discussing. Well, I figure out through context clues that he's talking about a family member. I'm like, okay, here we go. So he's talking about a family member. And when he's talking about a family member, I'm like, well, maybe this family member lives far away. Maybe this family member don't live anywhere too close to where we at. So he goes back upstairs, I guess, to finish getting ready for work and stuff. And then they got some kids upstairs. The kids come down talking about they hungry and all the other stuff. She tells them that it's not going to take long to do my hair. She sends them back upstairs. And the husband come back again, talking about it once yet and again. And I guess by this time she can see like me starting to wiggle around in the chair, because you know how you try to feel without trying to feel how long somebody got left on your head. And so I guess she begins to realize I'm trying to figure out like how much she got left on my head until I can get up out of there. Because by this time I'm getting a little paranoid, because what's happening with that family member to the point to where he got to continue to come down here every couple of minutes to discuss the situation. So what she tells me is simply that his brother, who is her brother-in-law, is on the run from the police. And they believe that he can show up to their house at any moment and try to stay there and, you know, stake out and stuff. And if that happens, the police is probably going to come. Or they believe that the police is going to come first and stake out in the house until the brother gets there. Yes, I'll explain it one more time. So essentially, her brother-in-law is on the run and they don't know who's going to show up first. They don't know if he's going to show up and try to stay at the house and then the police is going to come and there's going to be a whole thing, or if the police is going to come first and they're going to try to stake out and wait on him to come and it's going to be a whole thing. And they knew this, I guess, since the night before, that morning, whatever. So she begins to tell me how the brother-in-law has been a problematic person as long as she's been a part of the family, known the family, whatever. And I'm just concerned at this point. I'm just concerned because I'm just like, why you didn't tell me? You know what I mean? Why you didn't tell me before I got here so I could make an educated decision about if I wanted to come here and be a part of this. Now you got half my head done. You're in the middle of my head continuing to sew in these tracks. I'm telling you that you're putting the tracks in too tight and you telling me, oh, don't worry because you just want them to last. That's why you're putting them in so tight. I'm like, I don't care about that. I don't care. Like, once I take this stuff out, I still want my hair. I still want my hair follicles. I do not want a headache every day, but you continuing to put them in tight while you tell me about this situation of your brother-in-law being on the run and the cops might come at any moment. And then all of us got to stay there because we can't leave the house if they come or he come. So, you know, she tells me the little story about him and the family and their relationship or whatever. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I don't care. I don't care. I'm ready to go. So she finishes my hair. When she finishes my hair, it looks really pretty. Extremely pretty, by the way. It looks really, really pretty. I kept it in for quite some time. And she tells me, you know, well, you can always come back and I'll tighten your hair up. You know, I know, you know, that you cool people because you and my friend who was going to her at the time to get her hair done, you know, she's good people. So, you know, I don't mind, you know, doing your hair. And if you want me to tighten up, if you want to try a different length next time, we can definitely do that. You know, just definitely let me know. If you need me to wash it, just let me know. And she was like, you know, I look forward to seeing you soon and all this other stuff. And I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, of course. And I look forward to seeing you. And, you know, I'm going to definitely hit you up and stuff. And I'll definitely make sure to give you a good review online and blase, you know, and thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to do my hair. And yeah, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. I paid that lady that money and I left. I thanked her and I left. I got up out of there. And I want to say that I don't know if I delete the messages off Facebook or not, but I never contacted her again. I don't think I blocked her because I'm not really the type of person to block somebody on social media who I have reached out to unless like they start to be like super aggravated. But I can't even find the messages between us. So I might have blocked her because I was really paranoid. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was really paranoid because I'm like, if the police do show up, I don't want no parts of this. I don't want no parts of whatever they got going on at the house, because apparently whatever the brother did, he did whatever he did enough to the point to where the police was after him, like actively searching for him. And he was actively on the run. And I'm like, I don't want no parts of this. I'm like, I don't want to have to deal with the police about, I just came up here to get my hair done. And I just happen to know about all this stuff once I get over here. And I also felt bamboozled. That's another reason why I didn't reach back out to her. Because I felt bamboozled. Like, you tell somebody the information. You don't just let somebody come up and get their hair done. Because I'm like, honey, I could have put a wig on. I could have braided my hair down. I could have did a twist out. I could have put it in a puff. I could have did something else for another day or two until y'all figured that situation out. Don't ever put somebody in a situation like that. I felt like I was definitely bamboozled by having to come over to your house, and y'all know y'all got some people on the run. And that's exactly why I haven't never been back to nobody else shop, salon, or whatever to get my hair done, because I said, this is it. The time before that, they want to, like, I went to the Africans to get my hair done. They want to charge like one price on the phone. Then of course, you get to the shop, then they want to charge another price. This other lady, I went there, the same thing. They charge one price on the phone. Then you go get to the shop, they want to charge something else. But she was the only person I thought that I would be able to go back to comfortably. But yeah, I ain't trying to deal with no police and no on the run stuff and shootouts and stuff possibly with the police. No, honey, no, I'm not. No. But yeah, so that's my hair horror story. That's why I have become a YouTube beautician, meaning that if I want my hair done a certain way, I will look on YouTube, or I will ask a family member who I know who can do it to do it. But I'm going back to nobody else's salon because it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It is not worth it. But anyway, so until next time, make sure you go ahead, you like, share, and subscribe. And if you have a hair horror story, please put it down in the comments below. Until next time, peace.